I'll be very brief because of time. As you're all aware, I'm normally paid because of talking. So talking is my enterprise. My wiring is, or my DNA is investment. When I look at this particular building here, I was here when it was being launched with our friends, and I'll give you just a very brief, maybe very few reasons why you need to become a partaker of this. There's a professor called Professor Confucius. For those who know, I'm a lecturer. I lecture at Catholic University, and I only teach masters and PhD by choice. I don't have a bachelor's. They have to be prepared to be brought to me by choice. Life is a matter of choice. You choose what you want. So, and I set standards. I don't compete. I set standards. It is either you come to where I am or you identify a route that takes you to your destination. Let me tell you, what surprises me, Bwana Chairman, is that we have eyes. The Bible says, Pastor Sam, we have eyes that we don't see. Quite unfortunate. We have ears. So the doubting Thomases, when they heard that Naivera was opening this building, in as much as they could see, they still doubted, and they belong to the club of Thomas. Today, you have had testimonies here being given that people are enjoying passive income. I'll surprise you because I'm a researcher. I do research, and for those who don't know, with a lot of humility, I'm doing my 60th degree. I've got 5 degrees and 6 postgraduate diplomas. Matters education, I only compete with Professor Wajakoya. But I can tell you at a confidence level of 99.5% that the most unfortunate thing is when God has granted you the opportunity to see and you refuse to internalize and to undertake what we call sensitivity and situational analysis. Here, most of us people, we live a lie. You are leading a life of lies. You are 45 years and you have no income. Apart from the plot that you bought, that you have been giving testimonies in your congregation for the longest. Every Sunday, first day, na dekaruebo. Na ni plot ya 250. Ile ulinunua 10, 15 years ago. And to you think that every Sunday you rush to the first day to be given a chance to sing and to see God, to let people know God's doings. Let me talk about a product, PLC, product life cycle. Any product that gets introduced to the market has what we call a shelf life. We had Colgate. Colgate was almost becoming obsolete. So then the men and women in the research and development department, they said, what can we do to continually maintain our customers? They came up with Colgate Humble. It was given another 15 years shelf life. Omo was almost becoming obsolete. So the researchers said, what can we do to continually sustain consumption of our product? They became Omo with the Power form. Then they went ahead and they realized that Eveready Packer Power Premium was becoming obsolete. They came up with what we call Eveready Packer Power Premium Never Say Die. So the Never Say Die gave them another 10 years, but they'll never have Courier Harbor, unfortunately. In as much as you are trying to swallow drugs to make you remain young, the calendar is still passing. Your energy levels continually, for those who have done what we call agricultural economics, we have what we call the law of diminishing returns. And what happens with your age, your energy levels goes down. What a brilliant idea that Naivera has brought. That with this kind of an investment, you are assured of passive income. The only thing that we need you to do right now is to engage your energy and your resources when you have the energy. Then leave everything to Naivera. Naivera will manage everything for you. At the comfort of your couch, money comes your way. I thank God because, and with a lot of humility, with tremendous humility, I bought my first car in the year 1994. I've never used a matatu for that 1 year. If you ask me the route to Isili, I have to look for an individual who looks like a walking machine, walking for that matter, who can be able to give the geographical location of where Isili is. Why? I decided not to do what masses do. I decided to do what adds value to me. Naivera has come here telling you, right now, they are selling it at, you remember Bwana CEO, ilikuwa inatoka 1 point something. Within no time, 2 point. Within no time, 3 point. So anybody who bought this building when it was being, when the project was being started, he or she can have a testimony that you have already made a living out of this particular project. I have come to remind all of you, for me to become the person I am today anyway, for me to become a professor, I have lost very many friends. Obviously because they suffer from what we call inferiority complex. because the argument may not fit in my central nervous system, which comprises of medulla oblongata, hypothalamus, and pituitary glands, by virtue of them not seeing things the way I see. Because an optimistic person sees an opportunity. A pessimistic person sees a what? A challenge. If you want to succeed, all of you hearing me today, you must remember to go through pain. For the Bible confirms, Pastor Sam, Psalms 126 verses 5, those who sow in tears shall reap in joy. Those people who invested their money here, those days, they have a reason to smile. Those people who thought, did you know, growing old is mandatory, but growing up is optional. A 70-year-old man who does not think, it is still 25th on the calendar, just like somebody else who thinks. But the difference is the value preposition. Ask yourself, are you a value or are you a volume in the universe? If you have got no investment of any nature, you are actually a liability, depleting the resources of the maker. When you grow old without investment, you become a problem to your children. Allow me to use my Samsung Fold 8. They are not yet in Kenya. So what happens? If you don't have money, I was sharing with my CEO yesterday, my second born daughter was graduating at Catholic University. And I was happy. The other one is graduating in December. The other one is graduating, of course, next year, because we are a family of scholars. In our family, we don't ask for water. Can I have Mama? I don't call her Mama Ngari. Tabitha. Can I have 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen? If I want to eat some chips, can I have some ipomeo batatas? If I want to have some sugar cane to chew, meanwhile as the food is being prepared, can I have some of Hishnam Sakalam? If I want my food to have cabbages, can we have some Bulasika or Rasaifa Capitata? So what I'm saying basically, if you don't have any money, if you have not made any investment, you'll be taking your phone and calling your daughter, hello, Wagari. And what does the Bible say? Your tongue has the power to bless and to curse. Educating your child is not an investment for you. You brought that child deliberately. Otherwise, there are so many avenues you could have used to become a Catholic sister. So, it is up to you now. It is incumbent upon you today to think of investing in a vehicle that will be giving you income. Even when your energy levels are going down, you are assured of some money coming your way. Whoever invested here, the engineers that you have seen here, those engineers, do you know them? Naivera identified them for you. Did you go to the Kiabu County government to look for approvals? Naivera did it for you. Did you go for the NEMA approvals? Naivera did it for you. Imagine everything. Did you go for the architectural design? Did you go to look for the quantities surveyor to give you the BQ, the bill of quantities? I'm the consultant anyway for Bolak. You need to know, you need to be advised. So what Bolak stands for Board of Architects and of course quantity surveyors. You know what happens is that Naivera is doing everything for you. The only thing they need you to do, come and, our referent here from PCA Kawasukari is an investor. And I even saw his son here, I was impressed. And of course, Kibicho that you see here is also an investor. Me, I invest. One, I'm not, those who do it, please forgive me. I've never taken beer ever since I was born and brought up by my parents. I've never smoked. I've never gone to Koinange Street at night. I do not even know the merchandise that gets traded there. And I'm telling you, and I've never gone to a disco hall. But am I a lesser person? No. Am I a lesser person? No. So I thank God. I have been married for 33 years and my wife has never run away. As a matter of fact, when she goes to her parents, she comes very fast back to my house for obvious reasons. The competition is quite stiff. So what I'm saying, because we don't have enough time, I'll just say 5 things that I keep quiet. What wise men and women do? What is popular today was one day unpopular. Am I right? What is popular today was one day unpopular. Even this man who rested, who made us to have our flags half-mast for quite a number of days. If you remember him, I can just... Now, you see, he was remembered because he started a party that has actually, I think it is the oldest party second from Kanu, am I right? ODM. So why was Raila Odinga given that heroic send-off? Why was he honored posthumously? Order order of Chief of Golden Heart, because Raila Odinga was doing things that ordinary men and women could not see. He kept on invigorating himself. In 2000, when Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto were the president, he came in and he brought what we call the hardship. Ulikuwa mmesema anaaguka. Wakati wa Kibaki, huyu mzee akaenda Grand Coalition. Wakati wa Gachagua, huyu wa Munyoro na akatokea kwa Ankole, ng'ombe za Ankole kule Uganda, broad based. He died a great man. You'll never be remembered for failures. Remember, success is a father to many, failure is an orphan. When you come and say, I own a plot here, what do you think goes through the minds of people? You are a wise person. Are you a wise person that all what you can talk about is your bashia kuogishiyo naga na gutiria kuronania? This is your the Kenya no naga kiroda eno kwanza kiambia Kenya makiajia muthigi aoguo na wakahutia thina ndori kindu. You know you have nothing. What a testimony. So, remember, this plot that you see here, by the time this house is coming up, the value will not be the same. Am I right? Let us invest our money. I want to give you point number 2 because of time. I teach what we call law. For those who don't know, I'm a lawyer. So just commit a claim and pay me. I'll give you a fee note and I'll defend you in the court of law. But there are 2 outcomes. Either you become a state guest or you enjoy your freedom. So what I'm saying is this. You must be a risk taker. When Naivera started, nobody knew Mr. Charles Nyandia. Nobody knew Dr. Nelson Kuria. Nobody knew Madam Director. Nobody knew. Today, they can say, you can hear the testimony. When we come, nobody knew David Mwangi. Nobody knew it. But now they can say, we know what Naivera stands for. So, take a risk in life. Take a what? Take a risk. Did you know that those people who don't take risks, they are businessmen. Businessmen don't take risks. I'll tell you why. When they go to Mumia's sugar, they collect the sugar and that is fine with them. An entrepreneur takes sugar and carries molasses. An entrepreneur, when he makes what we call food, human beings food, he goes ahead and makes what we call animal feeds. Creates another avenue of income. So you must be a risk taker. Come and take this risk. Whoever took this risk, I have seen my mom here talking, also impressed. She's not even buying for her own. You can see, you know, when you have money, you enjoy. When I was buying this watch in Switzerland, a place called Rusan, they spent about 27,000 US dollars. Don't convert because the money was me who paid. It is me who paid the money. You're just hearing yourself. You know, somebody should be Kibicho, you know. People argue from what you call scarcity mentality. Because what you call scarcity mentality syndrome. Some people argue, sababu nimeenda na economy na wewe umeenda na first class. Si tumefika pamoja na ikianguka tunaguka zote. That's what you call arguing from a scarcity mentality position. Because the feeling is not the same. First class, we have leg room space, we have Wi-Fi, fast served as you wait, as you own. We are already full. And we actually depart earlier than you. We disembark earlier than you. Those people who buy the plot here, the house here, do you know what? Naivera has taken a risk on your behalf. What are they doing? They will give you a title deed, which is called sectional title deed, meaning that you are as safe as somebody else who bought an independent plot. But I was very happy by my brother who came here. He said, what is impossible to you as an individual is possible when we come together. United we stand, divided we fall. So risk must be done what? Taken. Number 4, patience. What has made many Kenyans to be poor? And poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly. Poor. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. It's because hamuna subira. Wahenga walisema vipi subira afuta nani? Na mustahimilivu hufanya nini? Sasa wengi wenu mnauliza, ni kama tu a lady has been married today, anataka mtoto kesho. Does it happen? Sio kuweka pumzi ya gari kwa gurudumu. Ni lazima ufanye nini? Na wahenga wanasema kawia ufike. Na mwenda pole hajikwai, na akijikwaa afanye nini? So this project, wale tulikuwa na nyinyi hapa, was it last year bwana CEO or this year? When were we here? It is this year, we were here. Sasa angalia, watu wengine nilikuwa nasema wanauliza Kibicho, hiyo nyumba itaisha. Sasa mimi nimepanda kule juu, unakuta kuna wenyeji na kuna mtu amesema mambo ya maana sana. Please think about it. That person who rents this house on the Airbnb, 4,000 per. Talk about even 4,000, even 3,000 per day. Multiply 3,000 by that. 90. Ask, I can give you the statistics. I'm a statistician, by the way, and I can tell you this at a confidence level of 99.95%. degrees of freedom 5%, standard deviation 0.008%. I can tell you, not many Kenyans earn 90,000 a month. Am I right, my sister? Not many Kenyans net. Like, am I speaking the truth? Let's be honest. My wife is a teacher, high school teacher, and she's doing her PhD. She has 3 degrees and 2 diplomas. She's following suit. But I can tell you, I've been seeing her payslip. I have to finance her car. Because, you know, she spends about driving to 20,000. And she likes giving birth. So you can see the complexity. So, and you know, I handle pay slips. I'm a financial consultant. I'm a financial analyst like Mrs. Charles. So I look at the pay slips. Not many people take home night. Am I right? Now imagine if you bought 3 Bonachos, and some of you can afford 3, and never take a loan without a plan. I'm coming to that before I call it a day. And before you take a loan, you must do the cost of finance. Where are you taking your loan? Then what will be the time you require to recoup back your principal? And again, where you are putting that money, what is the expected return on investment? So this investment, imagine that, did you go to buy cement from Maburi? No. Did you go buying Y8, Y25? No. When you get shileta 2 pesa, ashiria huyu. Now that's why he cannot even grow. Nona Charles Daginora, Aginora yakuna hanado aligerewe ruinde. Hello, Dimiti, mulere Dimiti regai wa matwini. Nyoba ishine jetere. Hello, adwashuma mweko. You know mumuhoire muno. Because you see, he wants to make sure, is this product nice? Does it look nice? How do you feel those weeks? Don't you feel good? Now, whatever is coming up here is even long. It is actually, I think it will be 13 or 14 stories. So own something. That amount of money you make every month will make you prolong life. If you don't have money, you die early. Money prolongs life. Kuna watu wanakufa sababu hawana panado. Na mkitaka kujua Naivera ni mzuri, hata wale tunawafeed. We even feed. We even have a feeding program. Naivera has a feeding program, and that's how we get our blessings. So they even pray. So don't you think they pray? They pray for Naivera. So I was so happy to hear some people come here praying. So let me go to my final point because of time. And I had not even told Charles I'm taking to my daughter. She's starting her exams on Monday, KCSE. I have another one who's in Form 4. Na pia muobe pia. Si mtoto ni wenu. Sasa mimi nawasomesha na mkunilipia karo. Si hata nyinyi muobe huyo pia siku moja atakuja kuwasaidia pengine kuwaduga sindano ukiwa na homa. Tunasema hivi. Naivera, listen to this very, very important point. When you come, and these people, by the way, Naivera team, I can tell you because I've been their brand ambassador for almost 3 years. I've been their brand ambassador. Of course, they pay me well. You can tell the matching. I did not just wear a shirt and a trouser without plan. Even the socks can tell you. So what I'm saying is this. Let me tell you this. What you need to do, these people that you see, from starting with our CEO, our chairman, for those who don't know, he has been the CEO of corporates. Our senior management team and the board of directors, they are brutally professional. These guys are professional. What they tell you is what they deliver. Am I right? They keep their word. That's what we call integrity. So make sure the loan that you take to buy this particular house, please don't take that money to the bank. If you take a loan from a SACCO or a bank and you keep it there, that is when you realize your bed is making noise. Am I speaking the truth? Ask me about money. I can teach you what we call money psychology, but I don't have, and of course you people, because you fall under the category of the 4 characters in the personality trait, the melancholy, seduce, phlegmatics, and cholerics. I can tell you the consumer behavior. I teach consumer behavior. So what happens, if you take some money to come and buy these 3 houses, please make sure you can have a banker's check written in the name of Naivera. Transfer the money directly using either what we call EFT or RTGS. So you understand the EFT or the RTGS. Because the moment you keep money in the bank, he can't remember to go to hello, Nyabura, do you wait? Mamiara haro, Mayone Mabel Kuma, Ekeneko Gonikara Moria, Shukari Orede, Narumago Mabel Yakuba, Rota Mudo Gridate. When you go to the bank, you are not going to get a guitar. Am I speaking the truth? Ukikona vegi balance ya 960,000 ugana ici ni irathukia account 60 ici ri. Ici ni irathukia account ici. Kaba kaguthukira. Am I speaking the truth? I'm an expert in what we call behavioral activities of ohimotherms and poikilotherms. I can even tell you a thief. Yes, I can tell you many things. No gwire kinya mutumia uri kindu haha. Kibeti yake no kina thimu ya mulika mwisi. Oikara kumenya mutumia utari kanya mukinya okite guku. Ona ici ni mamenyaga. Okaga na bagi yo, kana muikare ngoma ici. So even the thieves know, even the way you are kwanza wanyita goro kila kile hau ni obi na mulika mwisi. But a lady with money walks with purpose. She walks with what? Purpose. So what gives you purpose is the hope that you have. Now with Naivera, we are providing you what we call financial safety net. That when you are advancing age, money will be coming your way. And you know what? They have an app. This app tells you money has been paid and money is in your account. Now ukore, pesa ni sabuni ya nini? Finally, because I've been signaled by my able MC and I've given Amos, he will be presiding over my AGM. He's a good man. I admire you, Amos. Na naona mwanake odaginora. Tiri watarare. Adu ahejumari abu no by the way. What happens? They go keep fit together akaindagia. Akaina to trade market yake they wake ate ekoina. Isn't he a good MC? He's a wonderful. Can we clap for our MC? He's doing a good job. Na CEO witu mwehorere. Do you know CEO witu naweshire level? You know our CEO has a demeanor of a Catholic priest. Badaji ona kinyaki. You know. Let me tell you something. I have stayed with Mr. Charles, Madam Mary, Elder Mary, and I have stayed with Dr. Nelson. One thing I can assure you, whatever they promise you, they will deliver. So please remove doubt, have hope. Hope means hold on, pain ends. Hope, hold on, pain ends. It is only for now. Onatimia mona mahana gradi ya waini. Magi to ha no magushokaga. No magushoka mada on rodify lori eto mashokaga. Nagasokia mogira wao. Wake. Abai go through pain for now. One day you look back and say, the tree I planted has provided for me the shadow at my old age. And the old age is the income. Money made Matiba to live long because Matiba was an investor. Do you remember Hillcrest? Do you remember the Alliance group of hotels? I wish Diani, if those people have been to, of course, he was my neighbor. I was 2 acres of land in Diani. Sorry, I have mentioned. But what I'm saying is he was my neighbor. He was my neighbor. So those people who invest, Matikolaga, am I speaking the truth? To invest in Naivera. For the final word is this. Today is the tomorrow you are worried about yesterday. That's what you call philosophy. Today is the tomorrow you are worried about. Being a youth is not a career. There was a time I was a young man. Nikiambia DJ, weka wimbo DJ. Kamati ya shini. Now if I do it for 10 minutes, nego di vitari daktari. Maroko nikewekira kwa hii ni hautamwana ki. You see, because there's time for what? The Bible says there is time for what? This is the time for you to do what many people are avoiding. Instead of becoming a senior member along Eastern Bypass, Kamakis, when na mundu murume wothe uiguaga ingira kirabu agetwo Shamani niwe kirimo kiria kinene geitura Shamani ni akinya nigetha urute mbeca cia kwinyuo ni irimo iria ingi na nduri kindu mucie nduri kindu mwana timurire fithi mutimia njuire ihuire growth na ni pam aturaga na mucu ndukuma January kinya June agacenjie kirengeti. Come to Naivera and I'm telling you one day we say knowledge is power but wisdom is liberty. The information being provided by Naivera will one day say, thank you God you made me to make a decision that is now giving me what? Returns. Look at my mom, how beautiful she is. Mami yake kusimamisha tu. Sawa mama wewe na mwana kaidini kwa mama. Na dra suspect on mohana inie guo. Dra shida mole kindu kimwe. How is mom looking like? How did you feel when you heard my mom say, I'm not buying it for myself, I'm buying it for my granddaughter? So that upon completion of her education, I can hand over the keys to her as a present. What a wonderful mom. What does the Bible say, Washugaji? You must leave an inheritance to your children's children. May God grant you many years. May God bless you. And may she become an example to all of us. And that is what provoked me to think, because my last born daughter is 11 years now, and my wife has strict instructions. no more children in my compound. Because women are the ATCs, they are the air traffic controllers. They are the ones who know when an aircraft should take off, when an aircraft should land, because men are all weather road. So what I'm saying, in my house there is no Premier League on the friendly matches. But what I'm saying is this, as I wind up my conversation. Please make sure that as we start this project, go through that table. Even if you have got 50,000 shillings, just go and light 50,000 shillings. There's something called the power of concentration. If you go out there when it is very hot, very sunny, does the sun burn you? It doesn't burn you. You take a magnifying glass. What happens when you take a magnifying glass and you actually direct it to your palm? What happens? The heart burns. The power of concentration means the moment you start putting that little money, you get energized. You get focused. What is focus? Following one course until you succeed. I can tell you this far, the Lord has been faithful, because I know one thing in my life. It is in the moment of decision making that you shape your destiny. And you must make a deliberate, conscious decision to succeed. And success, let me tell you this, it is so sweet to the bearer. If you want to be identified as somebody, let me ask you a question before I give the mic to the MC. How many of you know Vasco da Gama? If you have ever heard of Vasco da Gama, mkono juu. Hey, you mean, was he a cousin? So why do you know him? He did things out of the ordinary. Am I right? If I ask you about Archimedes, you know Archimedes? Who came up with what we call the Archimedes principle. The amount of water displaced equals the volume of the object. Am I right? What about this other man called Sir Isaac Newton? To know how fools, sorry, with a lot of humility, fools are very many. Imagine the entire Nyeri people could not see Mount Kenya. They had to wait for Rebelman to come and discover Mount Kenya. Imagine the people of Ruiru. They could not discover Thompson Falls. They had to wait for a white man to come and tell them, and to enter into the books of history. This is the Thompson. Will you become part of that? Will you become subject to those kind of people? Isolate yourself. How do you isolate yourself? By doing things in an extraordinary way, so that you can be recognized when the time to be put in the books of history will actually pass and come. May God bless you. Na mkumbuke ya kwamba asiyekujua hakudhamini. Na lisemalo lipo na kama halipo liko jiani raja, na ada ya neno hunena Mungu ana nikitendo. Na nyani haoni kudule, na majuto ni mtukuu huja baadaye, na ukistajabu ya Musa utaona ya Firauni.